Rain soaked the valley as thunder rolled across the broken sky. Lyra pressed forward, boots sinking into the mud. One hand shielded her eyes, the other clutching the medkit. She wasn't supposed to be out here. Not this deep into Forbidden Zone, but when she'd seen the wounded creature limping past her family's crops, she couldn't just let it suffer. The creature hadn't noticed her at first. It had crashed down in the far rice fields just before the storm started, groaning low and broken. Lyra had dropped everything to follow it, heart hammering in her chest. She didn't even fully understand why. The thing wasn't just wounded. It was alien, massive, winged, scaled, white as bone, an albino Skybeast. They were supposed to be legends, monsters, weapons left behind by the vanished invaders from the wars a century ago. Even the elders spoke of them only in whispers. Yet here it was, real and bleeding and in pain. Lyra stopped at the edge of a ravine, heart clenching as she saw the Skybeast sprawl below. Its chest heaved with shallow breaths, sides rising and falling like a tide. It was enormous, at least the length of a transport ship, with broad, ruined wings folded awkwardly around its bulk. Strange, shimmering blood pooled beneath it, tinged violet by the glowing rain. One of its legs twitched. A low, almost human groan rumbled from its throat. Lyra slid down the embankment, ignoring the branches tearing at her clothes. "Easy," she whispered, stepping into the clearing. The dragon raised its head slightly, one gleaming eye locking onto hers. Her breath hitched. She expected it to roar, to blast her with fire or lightning or some alien fury, but only stared, bleeding, trembling, suffering. "I saw you limping," she said softly, raising the medkit as a peace offering. "I'm not going to hurt you." The beast growled faintly, an echo of strength behind exhaustion. Its flank shifted, and Lyra caught sight of the wound. A massive black thorn, as thick as her wrist, jutted from the creature's side just above the leg. The flesh around it was swollen and hot, veins of dark infection pulsing outward. The dragon's breathing hitched every time it moved. "Gods!" Lyra breathed. "You poor thing." She approached slowly, step by step, until she stood beside the creature's wound. Its eye followed her, wide with pain but showing no aggression. She dropped to her knees beside the thorn and peeled open the medkit. "This is going to hurt," she said, her voice shaking. "But I'll be quick." The dragon gave a low rumble, almost like a groan of assent. Lyra grabbed the base of the thorn with both hands. It was slick and barbed, buried deep. She braced one foot on the dragon's side and pulled. The creature bucked beneath her, releasing a choked howl. Lyra nearly lost her grip, but she held fast, gritting her teeth, eyes brimming with tears. Blood gushed over her arms. She twisted the thorn, angling it with as much care as strength, then yanked with everything she had. With a wet, sickening shriek, the thorn came free. The dragon screamed, and then it collapsed entirely, eyes fluttering shut, body going limp. Lyra stumbled back, the bloody thorn falling from her fingers. "Hey! No, stay with me," she cried, scrambling forward. The dragon wasn't dead, but it was unconscious, breathing shallowly. She grabbed gauze and a vial of Syntiel from the medkit and went to work, packing the wound, sealing the flesh, applying everything she had. The storm raged overhead, but Lyra didn't stop. She cleaned the wound, covered it, and finally, when there was nothing else she could do, she collapsed beside the great head, hand resting gently on the creature's cool jaw. "I hope that helps," she whispered. The world went quiet. She woke hours later. The storm passed, the sky a soft gray. A faint warmth spread across her chest. Not from the sun, from the dragon. Its head had shifted in the night. Now it rested beside her, one massive eye open, watching. "You're awake," Lyra said, sitting up slowly. She felt sore all over, but her voice was light with relief. The dragon blinked once, then, shockingly, Lyra heard a voice inside her mind. "You removed the thorn." She gasped, falling back onto her hands. "You can talk." Not speech. Thought joined. Images flooded her mind. Flashes of alien skies, burning cities. The dragon's memories of being hunted, trapped, struck by the thorn weapon launched from a patrol drone. "I fell, fled, thought I would die." Lyra swallowed hard. "Why didn't you kill me?" A long silence. Then, simply, "You helped. Not prey. Not enemy." The connection deepened. Lyra could feel emotions now. The dragon's pain, yes, but also confusion, awe, a strange kind of gratitude. You're not like what the stories say, she said softly. Neither am I, came the unspoken reply. The dragon shifted, testing its limbs. One wing unfolded slightly, then retracted again with a wince. It was still weak. It wouldn't be flying for days. Lyra stood slowly. I'll bring food, she said, and clean water. You would return? Of course I would. For 5 days, she visited the Skybeast, whom she quietly named Ashen after the pale smoke that rose from his wounds during healing. She fed him what she could spare, roots, riverfish, eggs from the chicken coops. She used up her medkit entirely. When it ran out, she stole from the supply shed, risking the wrath of her mother. But Ashen healed, and each day their bond grew stronger. Lyra learned more through the shared thoughts about his kind, the void-spawn, bioengineered guardians left behind in the last war. Ashen had no nestmates left, no home. He had wandered the broken continents, hiding from human patrols, until the Thorn drone had found him, and Lyra, just one frightened farm girl, had shown him mercy. On the 6th day, her luck ran out. The patrol ships came at dawn, 3 of them, sweeping the valley with sensor beams. Lyra ran to Ashen's hiding place as the dragon growled low. They found me. No, we can hide you. But it was too late. The ships began descending, drones swarming out like bees. Ashen rose to his feet, wings flaring with effort. He stood tall again, but he was still wounded, not strong enough for a long fight. Lyra stood between him and the drones. You can't take him, she screamed. The nearest soldier leveled a plasma rifle. Step aside, girl. That thing is a Class A threat. He's not a threat. He's hurt. He hasn't attacked anyone. He's a warbeast. Dangerous. He doesn't belong here. He does now. A drone fired a warning shot, and Lyra flinched, but didn't move. Behind her, Ashen rumbled, ready to fight to the death. Suddenly, her mind was filled with new emotion, resolve. Ashen leaned down, nuzzling her shoulder gently. I will not let you die for me. Then in a flash of motion, the dragon launched into the sky, wings beating with desperate strength. Plasma fire erupted around them. Lyra screamed as he rose higher, weaving between blasts. No, come back, Ashen. But he didn't. He fled, drawing the ships away from the valley, drawing them away from her. The world was quiet again. Lyra returned to the fields, to her chores, to a home that barely noticed her absence. The soldiers never found her. They reported the aliendragon as eliminated in pursuit, but she knew better. She never forgot his voice in her mind, or the feeling of his thoughts brushing hers like a feather on skin. A year passed. One spring night, under a sky full of stars, a shadow passed over her village. Silent, enormous. Lyra looked up and smiled. Ashen had returned.